Becky from powertoolswiththread.com. That's my blog. Thank you for joining me on my channel, and if you would please give the video a thumbs up. That's one of the best things you can do to help support my channel. We are here at the coast. We are in Port O'Connor this weekend for Labor Day weekend, and my quilty buddy Lisa and her husband Mike came down, and the boys are out fishing. And as you can see, Lisa and I have been watching quilt videos all morning. And we went on a shopping trip yesterday, and I just wanted to show you what we got and what I'm up to. The first place we hit was Before It's a Quilt in Port Lavaca and Texas. That's where that's at. And I had a bunch of quilts that I had done that needed bindings. So I'm gonna get these. This is one I made from a Craftsy class years ago. Beautiful Joel Dewberry fabrics. Let me show you guys this quilt. Let me get the owls straight so they're not standing on their head. Let's see. Here we go. Let me hold this up so y'all can see what it looks like. You see that? It's a triple barnstar. Very, very nice. And then the backing has a lot of olive and green in it, and I just love it. It's quilted with Champagne Bubbles pattern that I got from Urban Elements. They sell digital quilting patterns, and I did it with my quilt butler. And the binding that I chose, I know I had a binding for it, I think, but I don't know where it's at. They thought it would be fun to use these grunge dots. I really wanted something that kind of went with this olive, and the this pulls out that limier green. Limier, is that a word? And then these dots will go with everything. Oh, I'm stepping on my dog. She's under the table. So I'll give you guys an idea. And then Anne had the idea. She was in the store, and I met Anne at a retreat last year. She had the idea to cut it so that the dots actually, you know, went half and half of the binding, and I think that's pretty smart. So I'm going to do that. So I got that one. And then I also had, oh, let's see, last August, a year ago, I think it was in August, I had made Villa Rosa Designs Phoebe right here, and I needed a binding for that, and found all these bindings. She came up with a beautiful navy stripe. So you guys see that? It's a tiny navy stripe, and it will go just beautiful on this quilt, I think. And also then I had just done a quick quilt on a patriotic panel, and it's this one that I had. This was a practice one for me, just to get used to doing, this pattern is in the Quilt Butler, and just to get used to doing it. I did this a long time ago, and the binding for that one, Anne thought that this gingham check would be fun, and I think she's right. So this is what it will look like, just like that. We'll do a little small. What do you think? I think it's cute. You like it? Mm-hmm. Lisa's sitting right here. She don't want to get on camera. She's still in her jammies. Doesn't look like it, but I know. You know, this was a great day. It rained last night. What time did it start?
3 a.m.
3 o'clock, 3:30, something like that. Woke the whole house up because boom, you know, and thunder and lightning and all that. So we had a really good rain last night, and the boys were supposed to go wade fishing this morning at 5:30, but it hadn't stopped yet. So they ended up not going out until later, and so anyway, they were only going to be gone 4 hours, but it's been longer than that. They're out. So I found the cutest pattern. Look at this. It's called All Stacked Up. It's by Coach House Designs, and this is darling. So check this out. It has a cow, a pig, a chicken, and some Christmas balls. Are these great? And it came with a kit. She had kitted it. And the kit came with this adorable jingle bell on it, and Lisa suggested to put the bell on the neck of the cow. Won't that be cute? It's a wall hanging. It's a 36 by 50 wall quilt.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, that's big. It's long. It's very tall, so that's great. Look good on a door, wouldn't it? Yeah, these doors are 36. This is just precious, you guys. I can't wait to get started on it. Lisa thought it was so cute. She bought one too. And also, well, we got this at the Quilter's Patch in Victoria, Texas. Also, when I was at Port Lavaca, I bought not only the bindings, but this jelly roll jumped in my bag. This is Riley Blake Designs, and it is called, what is it called? Granny Chic by Lori Holt. I should have known. I love her stuff. This is just real pretty. It just kind of, that's one of those ones that just kind of grabbed me. So that's what I got. Everything from brown to red and everything in between. While we were also at up in Victoria, Lisa got a lot of Christmas fabric because she's going to do the Santa Table Runner sew along as well. We start September 15th for the Santa Table Runner. It's an embroidery along, actually machine embroider along. And so she got a bunch of Christmas fabrics for that. I didn't get my Christmas fabrics until we went up to Victoria to the Quilter's Patch. So I chose this black and red Christmas plaid for, I think this is going to be my borders and background, this black and red Christmas plaid. I really like it. And it's got the right scale of plaid, I think, for the borders. And then I also grabbed, and this is from the same line, this red and this black. And we both purchased all of the same fabrics, but we got this red and green and just thought it was very pretty. And it's so funny because we got them home and looked at them together, and now look how orange that red swirl looks compared to this red. So isn't that funny how you can, it reads one way against one fabric and then you put something else up against it and it reads totally different. If I use this red swirl, it is supposed to be red. If I use the red swirl, I probably won't use it next to this one. I'll keep them far apart on the runner. So that's just something to, you know, take into consideration. Also, I had told you guys that Joy had given me this teal and purple jelly roll for my retirement. And thank you again, everyone, for your retirement wishes. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. You guys are the most wonderful, sweetest people, and I really appreciate it. Nice community we are part of. But, so Joy gave me that jelly roll, and I actually watched the video that Erica Arndt had made on, it's called the Official Jelly Roll Rug Tutorial. And she goes through, you know, basic step by step, and I'm a little lazy for that. I sewed my pieces. I didn't do a diagonal sew to them. I did them end to end, and then I will just finger press this selvage edge open. I'm not going to get into ironing them all flat and all that, because the finger press works fine. And then the way I wanted to do it was, so the way she shows it in her video is you just, you know, lay it out and just take the first strip and just start going. Well, that's all well and good, but for the solids that I have, and they're in gradient shades of different shades of the aqua to teal to lavender to deep purple, I didn't want that. I didn't want a pool of aqua teal in the middle and then the purple on the outside, or vice versa. So before I got too far along in this madness, Lisa helped me pull it all out. And okay, so like I took the lightest aqua colors and the lightest lilac is what I would call this, and sew those together end to end. And I got that jig in, and I want to show you guys how I use that. I'm going to do that here in a minute. Then I'm going to sew together. So the lilac first was the lightest aqua, and then the lilac. So then I'm going to switch from the lightest and go to the medium shades of, you know, the aqua to almost a turquoise, and then the medium shades of the purple, and then I'm going to do the darker shades of this, what I would call teal, like a peacock teal, and then the darker shades of purple, so that the rug will have a continual aqua purple, aqua purple, aqua purple. And I think that's going to be really pretty, because I wanted to mimic the you know, the whole jelly roll swirl thing. That's what I wanted to mimic. And if you have solids, you can't do that with the way that works. So we'll see how it goes. It might be one hot mess by the time it's all said and done. But anyway, let me show you guys this jig. So this jig, what it is it's just a two-piece, it's one piece, okay? I'll put a link to it below. And you just feed your fabric in one side and out the other. And then as you sew, okay, Erica shows you how to fold all this together. But as you sew, you just pull this like this. And it puts your fabric in the right, tells it what to do. And then you can just fold it together and continue stitching. And you don't have to do all those little clips that Erica shows in her video, which is that's very time consuming. So let me show you real quick how I do this. So one of the things I am doing is I'm going back and forth between two colors of thread. I kind of found, you know, this is a medium of all of the shades of the aqua, and this is kind of a medium of all of the shades of the purple. So that way, when I start to do my zigzag stitch to put all of this long strip together, I will be switching back and forth on those threads. And I did the same going through this strip right here to do this. I'm on the purple now. So I just wanted to show you. I'm using a 116 denim jeans needle. I like to bury the needle to hold that's my third hand. And then you just fold, you know, it's got one piece of batting. It doesn't have any adhesive on it at all. It just folds into the center and then folds together. And when it goes through the jig tells it what to do pretty much, and it minds. Lisa just came up with the bright idea that I should have used variegated purple and teal thread, you know, now. Thanks.
Well, you can do it when you do the rug.
Yeah, I know, when I go to do that. I know. I may have to see if I've got any at home. So the way I'm doing this, let me get in close so you can see. The way I am sewing this, I'm trying to keep the edge, this open edge, even with the edge of the inside plastic of the presser foot. And that way it's giving me a 1/8 inch seam right here. Can you guys see that? Okay. So I'll just show you what I'm doing. Let me back up. Okay, I'm coming up to the point where the jig is. And as you can see, I'm not having to use any clips. Clipping everything just, y'all, I'm lazy. It just takes a lot of time. What I do is just pull this, you know, a little bit and fold it in down below the jig, and then grab the jig and just pull it a little bit. So now the fabric has been told what to do, and it stays, and you just have to kind of make sure those ends stay together. So you're eliminating a lot of steps. Very smart, very, very smart. I'm also to the end of this strip, and so now I'm going to sew medium aqua strips to the lighter one here. And I want to make sure, this is just so easy. Again, now I don't have to trim off the selvages because I'm sewing them end to end, and so it's an easy cut. And just sew my strips together as I go, and that way, you know, it just is making life a lot easier. And I'm just inside the selvage edge little dots. Okay, now I go back to sewing the strip, and all I'm doing is just finger pressing this open and laying my batting strip right on it, just like that, and just keep going. It is a full, depending on the size of your rug, it is a full day's job. You know, you might want to do this part of it one day and then sewing the oval. I'm going to make an oval rug, but sewing the rug together the next day. And I'm just putting these edges together like that. Pull the jig. I'll let it sit right there. So I'll show you what it looks like when I get to the join. You hear all that big thunking going on? That's that needle going through all those layers of fabric and batting, and that's why you want to use that jeans denim. It's a 116. It's the Schmetz. That's what I used. So that just went right over that join, really easy. It holds it together. Now I can use both of my hands to tuck. Because you guys, you know, when you get to making this rug, it does not matter that you didn't sew these together on the diagonal like a 90-degree, like you would a quilt binding. It doesn't matter. Now I've finished with the purple. It's time to change my threads. I'm going to just do a couple of back stitches. And I also made a couple of bobbins before I got started so that my bobbin thread matches the top thread. I just want to make sure to do that. This is a Coats & Clark standard garment sewing thread. I picked them up at Walmart because this rug is probably going to get washed a bunch, a couple times a year, I imagine. I wanted a strong thread with a poly core, and that is probably going to last a lot longer than doing it with a 100% cotton thread. You know, for a rug, you really need a strong thread. That needle looks so big. So I'm just going to bury my needle here. I'm going to put my foot down and bury my needle. And you want to make sure to do that before you pull your jig. So I'm just going to pull it. And there we go. It's almost like it finger presses for you. It's so handy. This isn't too bad on your hands either. And there we go. That looks great. I'm going to trim that little thread there from the back. I'm just going to keep going and keep sewing. One last thing I got while we were out on our shopping trip, I got a bunch of these blender fat quarters. These are great for the applique quilts that we're going to be doing, or embroidery projects. They're really awesome to have, so I like to grab these when I can find them. And then we got some white on white, sort of. This one looks like a plaid print, but it's really cute. I'm sure, I don't know what I'll use it for, but I know it will come in handy. I just loved it. Lisa found this white on white dots with starburst, and so they look like little snowflakes, and I thought that was really cute. And then we also, both of us got, did you get 2 yards of this? I think you got 2. I just got 1. It looks like almost like a burlap is what it looks like, and this is just a fabulous background. So it is the best holidays are homegrown. This is from Homegrown Holidays. It's got the little trucks on the selvage, so very, very cute stuff. Nice background. I like it. All right, you guys, I think that's all I had to talk to you about today. Again, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and we will talk to you soon. Go sew something. Bye.